Hey guys, thank you very much for stopping by and welcome to a very special video. In today's video, I'll be giving you 6 tips on how to attain 1 million coins on FIFA 20 very quickly. So I've been investing a lot recently. If you watch my previous videos, you'll see my investments, and so far I've been able to build a team like that. So if you go on my beginnings of FIFA, at the beginnings of this channel, you'll see that my team was much weaker than it is currently. So I've obviously invested. I'm going to give you 6 tips on how to invest and try to make money. Obviously, just one thing you need to know about investments is that you can't complete it overnight. Like, obviously overnight you'll make a lot of progress, you'll improve a lot, you'll make yourself some coins, but you won't be able to attain 1 million coins in one day. But if you do it slowly, then you'll surely grow a lot, and then who knows, maybe with an SBC drop, etc., if you invest on the right player, then you can make 600k or 500k in one go. So I'll be showing you 6 tips, and I'm going to start with the first one. So obviously I believe there's like 5 tips and one like advice on what to avoid, etc. So with the first tip, we're going to look at defenders. Let's start with right backs. If you go to right backs on the Premier League, what you're going to see is that if we look at the lower ratings one, they're going for 900 coins, and during SBC drops they can reach 2000. So I'm going to give you specific players from each position I'll be showing you, and I'll obviously show other things in the position. But with the first tip, so if you go on, let's say 400, what you're going to try to do, obviously, as you can see, a lot of people, if you look closely, like at bids, there's 350, 300, 300, 400. So obviously you're seeing that there's mass bids happening. What you're going to do is you're obviously going to try and mass bid over these bids, because you won't win all of them, but you definitely will win a couple in which, so for example, someone just bid on Diogo Dalot, but let's say you bid 10 players and you win them for 400k, you win them for 400 coins, and then you sell them for 1,000. So you're obviously making a lot of profit. And so if we take a close look over here, so let's say you bid 400 coins on the whole entire first page. And so how many players is that? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So let's reckon you're going to win half of them. You're going to win 6. And so that's 2,400 coins spent. And then if you sell them for 1,000 each, or even 2,000 spent on SBC, but let's look at the minimum. So you're making, I lost myself there. So 6, and then you sell them, so you're making 6k. So obviously you bought them for 2.4k, and now you're selling them for 6k. So you're making a nice profit. You're making a nice bit of profit here. And while we're stuck right back, let me show you a player I really advise you investing in. For some reason, I really don't know why, Zabaleta has been going for a lot recently, if I'm not mistaken. So as you see, minimum bid is 2k. He's going for 3.5k, let's say, or even there's 2.7k on the market. So he's going around 2.5k. So in instances where players are actually going for expensive, what you're trying to do is, let's just say 2.2k you can find, and what you're going to try to do is you're going to try to snipe. So obviously you've got players for 2.5k, and then you can sell for 3k, and that, in this case, you're going for the lazy bidders. And you can obviously relate, because at times you're like, oh, I gotta complete an SBC, I don't feel like buying him instantly. So what we're going to do is you're going to lazy bid. So obviously if you sell him for 3k and purchase him, you're making 500 coins of each Zabaleta. So obviously, just an example, the players vary, and in that case I advise you to use Footbin, because it will help you a lot. Whether you can see when the players increase or not. Now that we're done with the right back, we're actually going to look at the left backs. And in my opinion, left backs are one of the best investments this year on FIFA. For like, I can show you an example from League 1, but if you look, obviously the prices are higher than right backs, and like simple players like, I don't know, like Baines are worth 1.2k. You've got Chilwell, Zinchenko, and obviously, because Premier League, a lot of SBCs are completed using Premier League players, just because the first choice, the most popular choice. So what I'd do is the same thing. I'd go on 400 max price, and I'll try to mass bid on all these players. And you have better chances of making more profit on left backs. If you mass bid all these players and then you win like half of them and resell them, you're making a lot of coins. So this personally is my favorite. I mean, I have 1,300 coins. It's ironic, but I've been grinding a lot on perfecting my team. So it's my favorite method this year. I've made a lot of coins using it, and you need to know that this method, you have 0% chances of actually risking something and losing. You can't lose using this method, as they're always in demand throughout the whole entire year. So now I'm going to take a different approach on the investment. I'm going to go towards the team of the season so far, Bundesliga. So by the time of recording, it's the Bundesliga team of the season. As you can see, there's 4 days and 4 hours left. So if you go on squad building challenges, the SBCs, so maybe tonight or tomorrow, what's going to happen is that EA are going to drop a upgrade pack for Bundesliga players. And what they're going to demand is they're going to ask for, and know that this can go on, you can use it for the Serie A team of the season, for the Ultimate team of the season, for the League 1 team of the season. You can go on for any team of the season. I'm giving you an example on the one we have right now. So obviously you don't need position. Just go to Bundesliga, and you have to do it before the pack, because watch carefully. Obviously, since they're rare, let's just go for 700 coins, and you can see, well, there's a lot of non-rares, but let's take an example of a rare player. If we go, just pick out any team, just to make sure they have some rare players. Okay, so they got players like Hasebi, Da Costa, Trapp. So obviously these players right now, for instance, like right now we're a bit late on it, but for instance, these players are already getting bids on for 2K. So look at the massive profits you can make. So try to use this method starting from this Friday. So when the next SBC from the next promo comes out, or not only team of the season, for any promo, what we're going to do is, like, let's suppose that the next one is going to be the League 1 or the Serie A, for example. Obviously, if you're going for 700 coins bid, I mean, at this point, we're going to see a lot of rares. But if we look specifically into any team, for example, if we take a look at Milan, or even if you go above 700 coins, you're still going to make a lot of profit. With 900 coins, we're looking at, for example, Musacho, who's obviously 650. Obviously, we didn't see him because of the non-rares. Sorry, guys, my battery died. So as I'm saying, so you've got Musacho, for example, he's worth 1.4k if you buy him. So obviously, he's going for a lot cheaper. And in this case, you see someone just bid him for 850. So a lot of people are trying to get it already. So in this case, let's say you purchase him for 1,000. Let's say you try to bid with someone, you get him for 1,000. A rare player, and then when the SBC drops demanding rare players during that team of the season promo, you're going to sell each player for 3.5k. That's a range price, so you're making 2.5k profit on each card, and this is the most effective during the team of the season. So you can't find anything more effective than that. You're always guaranteed massive profits. And if you're watching this video right now, I advise you to invest in Serie A and League 1 players, as you invest them just in case whoever drops on Friday. And you can even do it later, to be honest, because they drop more like midweek, so you still got a lot of time to do it. So that's regarding the second tip. You can make a lot of coins, obviously target players like Musacho. If I got other players in mind, you've got defenders from Sampdoria. I know he's a very, very good player to invest with. Can't really remember his name. You've got the 2 center backs. I'll show you real quick. So within 2 center backs, you've got, for some reason, I cannot find them right now. I mean, non-rare obviously win in the market. So obviously you've got Cully here. Obviously you see like he's going for 1.2k a minimum bid, and then you sell him for 3k or 3.5k. So obviously still making a lot of profits. So that's regarding the second tip. And now with the third tip, this is where my advice comes. So I'm going to go to the SBCs one more time. Also, I've got everything written down next to me, otherwise I'm going to forget all 6. So let's just imagine that, let's take, for example, let's take that Bundesliga team of the season so far kit. And let's just imagine that it's a normal SBC where you have to give players and you receive a pack, all right? Because obviously there's not one right now. So in this case, a lot of times you need to really like watch out that the players you're giving in are worth it. For example, always avoid untradeable SBCs if the pack is not worth it. For example, let's say you're giving in 20k, the SBC is worth 20k, and then you get a mega pack. For example, that was yesterday's SBC, and except that the mega pack was untradeable. In this case, it's absolutely not worth it, because mega packs you don't expect a high rated player, and at the same time it's untradeable. So you're giving away 20k for untradeable players. So in this case, avoid it. Don't feel forced that you have to complete every SBC that comes out, because then you're just wasting a lot of coins for untradables. And at this point, when investing, you're trying to avoid untradables because they really don't help. You can't use them. You can maybe put them in SBCs, but they won't be worth it most times. Now, I can obviously make this a third tip, but I'll keep it within the second tip. So regarding the marquee matchups or the throwback marquee matchups, obviously it's one of the hottest SBCs that always occur. They're weekly SBCs. So if you don't know, they come out every Thursday. And you have 4 squads to complete, and each squad gives you a pack. And then the big pack, you obviously get either a mega pack or a 45k pack prime gold players pack. So obviously on Thursday, the hype is very, very real. Everyone tries to hop on it. Everyone tries to complete the throwback marquee matchups. So in this case, what you can do, what I advise you to do is do not complete it maybe till like I'd say 2 to 3 days after it drops. Obviously, like I said in the beginning of the video, it demands a lot of patience, investing and getting a lot of coins. So if you're not patient, if you're not investing, then you're not going to get that coin. So don't feel like you need to complete the SBC straight away. You can wait a couple of days, and if you have the players, so for example, let's say they demand the Manchester United, let's say it's a Manchester United versus a Liverpool marquee matchup, and you have like a Milner, for example, and Jesse Lingard. So in this point, you just sell them out of your club, sell them, make some coins, and then 3 days later, when you're going to make the SBC, you're going to purchase the players. And in this case, let's say you were going to sell them for 2.5k, and then you can purchase them 2 days later for 1,000. So you're making 3,000 profit from selling both. And in this case, obviously, you've made money, and then the whole SBC in general will be cheaper because it's generally, I'll say, 25k to complete an SBC, and you get 90,000 coins worth of packs. So obviously, it's a big win. It's a huge investment, do the marquee matchup, but then try to invest and then complete it later. So that's the third tip. For me, it's also very, very important. I used to do the same mistake of staying over and trying to complete it the second it drops, and then I realized that I wasted most of my coins doing that. So, and it's a very, very common mistake I see within FIFA players. So, second of all, we're going to, for the fourth tip, I believe we're on. I'm going to show you 2 players that you can invest a lot on. So first of all, we're going with Juan Mata, 82 rated player from Manchester United, and he comes from Spain. So if you see, he's worth 950 coins. He's worth nothing. You can bid for him for 700 coins. The reason why I'm picking Mata, is he plays for Manchester United. He plays in the Premier League, and he's from Spain. So obviously, a lot of people view it as an opportunity during the SBCs to link with La Liga and Premier League at the same time. So in this case, and he's also an 82 rated player. So he's a player that's really under-regarded by the market. He's a player I invest a lot with because his price during SBCs can range to 3k. I know I'm saying 300k a lot, for 3k, and then obviously he's going for 950, so you're making a lot of profit off him. So look out for Mata. What we're going to try to do is you're going to mass bid. Try to have like 10 Matas at least in your squad, and be patient. Doesn't mean, if you're patient on players, you don't have to really sell them like in the next day or in 2 days. Maybe it's going to take a week, maybe it's going to take 2 weeks, but it's going to be worth it. And the next player I'm going to show you is a very overpowered player from this year. Goes by the name of Alphonse Areola, and he's another example of an overpowered player who's also not only overpowered, but he has good links. He's French, and he plays in a very good league. So he's got everything that you need to find a player. And in this case, you see he's expensive, and he's go for 3k, but obviously you can get him for 2k. I believe you, when you're investing, always purchase players either on Thursday when the rewards are out, rival rewards or foot champion rewards, or on Monday when the squad battles are out, the rewards are out, or during promo packs, so when like lightning round, etc. That's when the players are very cheap, and if you invest on them and stock them up, then you realize you reach a point where when you sell your players, you're going to make massive profits, honestly. And I've done it, and I can show you once again my squad, and not to flex or anything, but just show you that if you actually take time to invest, you can make a lot of coins. Because for example, Trippier is the first owner, but his card was worth 250k, and by investing the correct way, I was able to complete it quickly. And in this case, these players stand their ways. Apart from Mahrez, I'm not gonna lie, Mahrez and Jimenez was an objective, and Mahrez I got in the guaranteed team of the season pack. You can find the video on my channel. Anyways, before I continue to the fifth tip, if you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe. We're obviously at 340 subscribers, and I appreciate the massive support we've been getting the channel recently. Next up, with the fifth tip, we're going to the store, And obviously it's a tip you've heard a lot about, and obviously I didn't know how to do it, and it's the bronze pack method. So I'm going to open 2 bronze packs right now to show you how the method works and how you can actually make 400 coins and actually increase a lot and invest with it, because you can invest a lot of coins and it's hard to believe. But in this case, what you're going to do is you're going to get rid of everything that's here. In this case, we don't get any players that have the League SBC. I don't know if Turkey has one right now, but what you're going to do, since, I mean, don't quick sell the players, even if they don't link, get rid of these players. Obviously, you keep the other players, and it's a two-step method, sorry. So I'm going to open 3, just try and show you what I'm getting, try to pack what I'm trying to show you. So in this case, we've got a player from Germany to first Korea. So obviously, look, so here we've got a Liga Libertadores player, so you can sell him. You've got 2 players from Korea in which you can use a lot in the marquee matchups. They pop up a lot. And then you've got a bronze player from Germany, which you can put in later SBCs. You also get a nice football, so you can sell. So in this case, we still don't get anything, but you can use the players you don't need. In a second, I'll show you. And for the last one, obviously I don't have a lot of coins right now. So for the last one, let's try to get player from the SBCs. So far, look, so we've got a player from the SBCs. He's you've got Pierre, so you can sell him. Obviously, people want a Middlesbrough goalkeeper. You've got Gonzalez, I mean, a Mexican one player that's Spanish, and you see he's worth 700 coins. And the reason for that is he's Spanish and he comes from a different league from his own country. So, for example, we've made all of our money back, our coins, using one player. And then you've got a Liga Libertadores player who's worth 500 coins. So as you can see, Liga Libertadores, his name is Tevez, not the Tevez we're looking for. So far, just from 2 players, you've made 600 coins, and here you've made 800 coins. So you've doubled your coins, and then you can quick sell all the players. And in some cases, you actually get a lot of expensive players. Especially, I just want to pay attention to players that come from Al Faisal in the Saudi League. If you have any player, the cheapest player there is worth 10k. So look out for that. Always, when you get silver players, make sure you don't quick sell them. Just try to keep them and see how you go, because silver players are the most expensive players. So what we're going to do is you're going to do the bronze upgrade. When you get the bronze upgrade with all players you don't need, you're going to turn them silver upgrades, and you're going to turn them to gold upgrades. And in a lot of cases, you can get rare players, you can put in SBCs that are tradable, and that way you're just making a cycle of coins by just starting from 400 coins and obviously potentially packing a very, very good player in which you just used opening bronze packs. So I've got one last tip that is, in my opinion, it's not general, it's very picky on the squad, on the club, and it's going to take a long time investment. So, well, I've been speaking for a long time, but subscribe if you're new to the channel. If you're new to the channel, so with La Liga Santander, we're going to go to a specific club, or we're going to go to FC Barcelona. So just let's take a general look at the players. So I'm not looking at the high-end players. Obviously, this video I'm keeping on lower-end investment and how to start from 0. So let's go on players that are worth 600 coins. So in this case, we've got Turan. If we increase a bit, 800 coins and 1,000. So you see all these, for example, Braithwaite and Turan. So those are 2 players I want you to invest in, Braithwaite and Turan, because Barcelona in SBCs, the minimum player, even if you look at silver players, you can go for much cheaper. You see the people are also trying to invest on silver players. Pick 5 silver players for 500 coins, and then pick 5 gold players for 1,000, or even less if you can bid on them. Because when Barcelona players are required in SBCs, the minimum they go for is 5k. So think about it. You just purchased 10 players for less than, I don't know, depends on how much you get them, for less than 10k, and then you sell 3 players for 15k, and then depends on go on. So it's you have to be patient investing with Barcelona players, but you obviously even go for bronze players are worth 500 coins. So it's a long investment. It takes some time, but I promise you, it's worth it. You make a lot of coins, and as I said, investment is all about patience and picking up players. And I advise you to also check out Footbin. You can see the lows and the highs of players. Obviously, if you're also a player that likes to play at night, I mean, I stay up till 5 a.m. at times playing FIFA when I have nothing to do. So players are very, very cheap, and I try to snipe them. And like, for example, last time I sniped Memphis Depay, who's worth 5k on the market, for 1,200. A lot of players are not looked at, and try to snipe players like Depay, for example, a Dutch that plays in the League One, etc. Or Douglas Costa. He's a very, very good card to invest in. He goes for at times he goes for 10k just because he links with the Juve players. So obviously look out for the Serie A team this season when it comes out. Anyways, here I've presented you guys 6 tips on how to complete, or not complete, or just how to try to achieve 1 million coins and how to invest slowly. If you've liked the video, then subscribe to the channel if you're new. Obviously, once again, if you've liked the video, then I really, really appreciate it. Tell me down below in the comments if you have other tips in which you advise me to show people in the next video. As I said, we're at 340 subscribers. Let's try to reach 350. So I've been speaking a lot. Let's try to achieve 350 subscribers by the end of the month. Let's try to go for 20 likes for this video.